Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my playthrough of Unsettled, where we are going to be exploring the planet of Wanora. In the last video, I did a setup, and I exposed you to what we'll be doing in the game, but I did have one thing I need to correct.
Luna thinks you made a mistake. Did you?
Thank you to Liquitor Gaming, who was on my site. They pointed out that I had flipped this card over and was reading ahead in our tasks. So just to be quick, just as a revision, we're on Wanora Task B, but this is the first thing we have to do, so it's not as hard as I thought it was. It says, research spores. Construct the research hut on any open building site. Then use Luna to perform any analysis on an infected, distressed explorer there. The infected explorer can be you, but doesn't have to be, and then we do all these things. That's what we have to do. We don't have to do this stuff yet. That's just this. This is all we have to do right now. So we'll get that done, and then we'll move on to that more difficult portion where we had to possibly lose some things, some stuff that we need to do. But now it's time. Let's get started playing. We're going to take our first turn, and I didn't get any names from the chat yet, so because I'm filling this pretty close back to the other one, I only had a couple of responses. But I think we're going to name our guy, the blue player, Dave, and the green player, which is a wonderful scientific woman. I think we're going to name her Eloise. So Dave and Eloise. I don't know why. That's just what it is. For some reason that stuck in my head. So that's what we're going to do. Now, what we have to do here is gather information and insight. We have to explore the planet and understand what we're getting into. We do know that we have these two nodes already, and I'm going to cover off on these just to give you an idea of how gameplay flows. So, as you can see, there's a beautiful piece of artwork on here. I'm going to definitely show off this artwork. It's amazing with these thorny trees growing up out of the swamp, and this is a swampy quagmire. It says, when entering, if you possess fungal host, you get to uptick 2 of your dice, 1 each, not 2 twice. By the way, that is distinct. Like if it has a 2 symbol like this, but 2, then you could uptick 1 of your cubes twice. But in this case, you click up or move up 2 cubes once, and then we get some insight for being here if we have a fungal host. However, these swampy quagmires are pretty rough. They require 2 time in each space to move, so that's really bad. We're going to have to use Luna a lot, I think, to get around. We'll have to see. Of course, Luna is one of the things that we can do. We can have her explore, if you recall, just to revisit that. One thing, and we can do these in any order. So we can move Luna. We can set 3 focus. We can. That's our 3 focus cubes. We can move Luna. We can scan nodes with Luna, and we can move. So I think for our first action with our blue player, Dave, we are going to have a Dave move Luna.
Hello, I am Luna, your assistant. You can trust me.
To explore a node, and I think we'll just go this way and start. We might as well. It's not going to hurt us. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to move Luna, which is one of our main actions that we can do, but does not use one of our cubes.
Moving to a new node. This may take a moment.
Okay, now that she's here, we're going to flip over this environment. Now, she does not use time or gain any of the benefits from these areas. Now, what we have here is a field of hover blooms. Going north or south from here costs no time, doesn't gain us any benefits. Going in these directions costs us some time, but also gives us some insight as we learn things from coming into the field of hover blooms. And as you can see, that the beautiful artwork there on the card. So this is a really unique and interesting planet, but Luna has moved there. Now, I think the next thing that Luna is going to do is we might as well, while she's there, we might as well have her scan. And I think materials right now are going to be very important for us, so I think we're going to scan for materials. Now, Luna can't pick up materials by herself. That requires a player. Luna can collect data. So when we put materials there, that means we have to go there and pick those up. But remember, when we're traversing on and off of these locations, we're going to be dropping, or off the location rather, we're going to be dropping these spore cubes down, which will cause us to become distressed and infected and hallucinate. So we do still need to be careful. So let's take that next action. We're going to scan the region for resources, in this case, materials.
Scanning for materials.
Okay, so Luna found us 2 materials on that space, and we're going to place them there for us to collect. These materials cubes are conveniently stored right here. Now when we collect them, we're going to put them in this tray, but for now, we're going to take these 2 cubes and move them onto the space. And they are right here. Now we have done Luna's action, but we still get to take our action. So Dave, I think, is going to go to the same space as Luna. I'm just debating. We could explore, but we do know that this is going to require time. I could also take Beatrice, or whatever. What I name her? I don't even remember what I named her anymore. I think I need a simpler name. Dave and the other person. We're going to take them into the space with us with their traverse action. We could do that if we use the correct die. We're going to gain additional insight. That means for us moving in there, not for both of us, we would gain insight, but it would move both of us in there. I guess that the only problem with that is if I move out and start our turn there, moving out, then we will create the spores and someone will become infected. So I think we're not going to do that, actually. We're going to use our free move to pop over to this. Oh, sorry, wrong player. This is Dave. Dave is going to pop over to here with Luna, and we're probably going to collect those resources. But let's take a look at something first. We do tick up on the time track because we moved into that node. That was automatic, but we also gain an insight, which is super important. We're gaining insight in robotics. That's what I have the Dave set to right now. I thought I'd just show you that when we got there. And when we fill this up and we wrap back around, we're going to get to take a what do you call it? A breakthrough, and we're going to get to become knowledgeable in robotics. And then we'll switch this and we'll research something else. This is our stress meter, by the way. This will go down. Every time the time track makes a loop, this will go down. Also, our mood will go down, and we're not going to like each other so much anymore. It's going to be kind of a pain, which creates some dramatic tension and problems for us as we go. But now that we're here, we're going to do some things. I think one of the first things we're going to do now, I want to get those materials off the table pretty quickly. I don't know if I need to do it this turn. We don't have any spores there right away, and I do want to use this die to do that. So I think what we're going to do, though, is we're going to investigate right away. Remember, we need to gain some things here, some awareness. If we investigate, we're going to not only get some additional insight if I use the green cube, which is wonder, and I can investigate, which is going to allow us to uncover one of the secrets of the area, which is pretty cool, and then we'll get to maybe explore and get some new cool stuff. We'll have to take a look at that in a moment. But I think we're going to do that first. So we're going to go here, and as you can see, this goes down, so we're going to tick this down to 1. This gains us an additional insight, so we're already at 2. That's great. And then we're going to go back and investigate. Now, I didn't shuffle these too well. I think maybe I did. I don't know. I'll just give another quick shuffle. We're going to take this one first. So we're going to flip this over and see what we get. We get tendril transport. Mycelial tendrils burst from the ground, gathering nutrients and enveloping your suit. You find yourself somewhere else, knee-deep in a glowing pool of viscous goo, surrounded by egg-like spheres, and then you're back. Your mind reeling, you see more tendrils popping up nearby. Immediately, active explorer. One at a time, roll each of your focus. Just when I said you don't roll these, until the result shows a quantity of 1, 3, 2, 1, or time. Return each to its current placement. That's not good, actually, but we're going to place this here, and then we're going to take this puck and we're going to put it on our space. Now, this happens immediately, but we are going to investigate the viscous spores. So when we do investigate that, we're going to gain some more stuff. But right now, we have to roll all of our dice. I guess the good news is that means we didn't necessarily spend that die. That's kind of cool, I guess, I think. I don't know. It doesn't say to roll each one of your available focus die. It says to roll each one of your dice. So we'll roll this one first, and hopefully we get lucky. We did not. It's got to be a question mark, so that's not going to count. A 3. We got very lucky there. Okay, our blue one. Remember, we can't have it a 3 now. It's got to be a 2. It's got to re-roll that. A 2. That's good. That's where it was anyway. And then this one's got to be a 1 or There we go, 1. Okay, well that wasn't so bad now, was it? But like I said, just as I said you don't roll these, we end up rolling them. That's kind of funny. But that means this one is in good shape, and these ones are not as good. But we're okay. We're in good shape. That means we get an extra kind of action this turn, I think. So that kind of tells me, that's the way that read, and it said roll each of them. It didn't say you get them back. I mean, maybe I do this with it anyway, because I did use the die for that. But it doesn't say that specifically. Let me just read it again, just to be sure. 1 at a time, roll each of your focus until the results show a quantity of 1, 2, 3, returning each to its current placement. Okay, so yeah, so that's where it goes, but it's going to come back to us as a 3. So I'm not going to complain about that at all. But we can't use it again. Now, I can use a non-green die to gather resources, but it's a waste, because if you use the green die to gather the materials, you gain 2. However, if you use the another die, you're just going to get 1. However, we do have our blue die, and I think that we should get a breakthrough. What do you think? I think that would be a good thing to do. We're already there. Let's use our blue die to complete this investigation. So what does this mean? It means that we are going to take this, and now this, you see this has 2 down arrows. So we're going to go 1, boom, just like that. We've used it up, but we did use our insight die, so we're going to gain our whatever blue die is. What's the blue die again? It is awareness. We did use that. So just to take a look at this again, we are going to get an additional insight, and then we're going to gather this and gain an insight. So this is going to go away. We're going to take this token, and our die is going to come back to us. I'm going to go back to our board. Dave is off to a mighty good start. He goes up 2 more on insight. He's about ready to burst over there. But then, because we were able to collect this, we gain an anomaly. And then this anomaly will be something that we can use in the game. And we're going to see what that is. I just wanted to give it a quick shuffle. And let's see what we get. All right, here's what we get. Fungal host. Oh, we are now. Well, we have to have science. So that's going to be the next thing we do. Absorb pearlescence. Discard. Remove 1 spore cloud. This is an effect anyway. You notice they go in order, right? So we are currently a fungal host. That's a benefit. Remember, if we go into those swampy regions, we gain 2 upticks of our dice and 2 insight. However, costs us 2 time. So, but when we do have this, we can discard this to remove 1 spore cloud from your node and or from an adjacent node. So that's going to go in our anomalies. I'm just going to put this right above our board for right now because I'm a little limited on space. We'll just put that right there. And this means that we have this this ability right now for this, but not for the, we can't use the ability yet. We need to gain science, a scientific breakthrough and have knowledge of science. And that is something that we will do next because we're about to go cross over the line anyway. But there's really nothing else he can do but rest his die, which is going to pop that up to a 2. We're going to put that on intellect. Now, when he rests, the die ticks up. If we use our blue die, we get an insight. We didn't. And then we're going to spend a time. And there is 1 whole turn complete for one of our players. Now we're going to go on to whatever her name is. I'm going to name her something simpler. Let me see. Dave and... I don't know. Come up with a name for me. She's confused. She hit her head on the bulkhead of the ship, and she's confused about her own name right now. So we'll make that story go as long as we can pull it off. But that is the end of his turn. So let's go on to her turn. I think Dave is just going to start calling her Sally. Dave and Sally. That sounds like the right thing to do. All right, Dave and Sally. So Sally is going to go next. All right, now it's Sally's turn. Sally is, I think, I think she'll start off by moving. Now, we can do these in any order. I want to remind you that we're not limited to the one thing that we do here. But I think she will move Luna. I wish that we had the ability for Luna to like do something. She's got this ability, but that's not what we need. I can't wait to get a robotics breakthrough because it makes Luna more effective. But I think that she's going to have Luna move. She'll explore down here, so she's going to go down this direction.
Moving. Yuck! This is sticky!
And let's see what she has uncovered. Let's see the beautiful building. Oh, look at these monolithic spore pillars. Got this cool grass. So what's cool, okay, this is something I need to share with you. This thing right here means that this is a build site. That's 2. We found 2 build sites. Now, getting from up there going southward, it costs 1 time and you gain an insight, but it doesn't cost much to move to this space. So this might be a good space to build on, or the one right next to our ship, it might be equally good. But I'm hoping that what we're going to do there, I think what we'll do with Luna is she is now going to look for data. She's going to analyze data in the area and see if we can find some useful information.
Scanning for data.
So that means she found 3 data there. That is outstanding. Boom, there's 3 data there that we can pick up. And again, these are resources that we can use. And a lot of like the discoveries and things that are breakthroughs that we're going to get, we will have to use data and materials to fuel them and be able to do things with them. So keep that in mind. All right. You know, I made a mistake on something. I'm not going to correct it. It's not a mistake. It was a tactical mistake. But I'll show you what that is in a minute as I realized what it was. Anyway, this die will go away. We'll put it back on the board over there. And now, since we moved her and taken her analyze action for Luna, and remember, again, you can do these in any order. You can do all of these. And we did move Luna and scan Luna's node. So we did that. Okay, now it's up to her, and I don't know what else she can do. She's going to have to move off there. Maybe she'll move here and connect with Luna. We know that this is a great place to move, but we also have to explore the rest of the locations. But I do think if she moves here, she has to move there. So I think we're going to move here. No, let's move up here, because then she can come around this way. So we're going to move northward. Now this might end up hurting us. We're going to use our free move to move up here. So what do we find? Oh, we found a viscous egg pool. Now this is great. Look, it costs no time to move up. There is another build site. So we found 3 build sites already. That means as we go, if we have to build more than just the research hut, then we will be able to do that. But moving this direction only gets her insight, and moving north gets nothing. So she moved up here. She gets nothing for doing that, but she is in that space. Didn't cost her time. Didn't cost her anything. But think about it. Moving to this swampy quagmire would cost 3 time. That's rough. And so that's her free move action. And I think while she's there, let's do this. She's going to start using her dice. Okay, Sally, let's do this. I like Sally better. I think that worked out because I'll remember it. I think the first thing she's going to do, you know what? I want to kick over our guy, Dave. So she needs some insight. So I think for her first action, no, you know, this isn't... I do believe we're going to investigate again, oh yeah, we already did all this. This puck goes back. I think we're going to investigate. I'm not sure yet. Let's see, because I think she's going to use this in a different way. Let's go look at that. What we're going to do with her blue die is we're going to put it here. We'll tick it down, and it says if you use wonder, which is what we used, that is wonder, correct? Yes, awareness rather. What we use, we get to pick up not 1 but 2. If we didn't use that die, we'd get to pick up 1. Now there's 3 in Luna's space, but this triggers Luna, it says on Luna's node, to pick up data. So we're going to take this die back so I don't make a mistake. I'll just put it off to the side. I don't want to mix up dice.
I have discovered new data. Uploading now.
Okay, that was Sally's action with her blue die. Now we need to figure out which one she's going to rest. Yeah. By the way, he rested this one, so it's at a 1 now, because that's the one he had to use as... Did I do that? I think I did. Yes, I did. I just forgot to tick it up. Okay, so it's at 1 right now. All right, now she's got a couple things she can do here. I think we're not going to traverse. We're probably going to investigate. I think that's the right thing to do. So we're not going to do this yet, but she's going to rest her orange die. And then we're going to investigate. So it's going to tick this one down 1. So now she's got 2 dice at 1. And I'll leave that there. And she is going to gain an insight, which is great. And then we're going to draw a new discovery. I think she'll take from this one, this stack here, if I can get the stack up. Do a quick shuffle. We won't shuffle it every time. I just want to make sure they're good and mixed up. Okay, what's she get? Roving tentacle knot. A gaggle of putrid, disembodied appendages floats lethargically by thick, rubbery ends, dragging. One whips itself around your helmet. Moist suction cups adhere vigorously. Everything shimmers and slows, and then your perception explodes. Your screams can be heard far and wide. Engage. Place this near your dashboard. Ugh. when you enter a node. Oh my gosh, really? Well, I think we have to... Look, we need 2 people present. This is really bad. When you enter a node, we're going to tick down a thing and gain material. Okay, so I'm going to put this, I guess I'll put it right on top of her board right there. It's going to stay with her, and we have these suction tentacles that are there. Now, she can, if I got to get, now I have to get our other character back to her node. There might have to meet on the ship to resolve this, because I don't want to have to tick down a die to get a material every turn. I mean, that's going to be really rough on us. And it says when you enter a node, so I can send our guy there to help. That would be useful, I think. We'll see. And then if she does do this, it says can only be performed by a non-engaged explorer. So if someone else has to get this off her, and it's going to get an insight if we use the orange die, but that's all we're going to get. It's not very helpful. Last but not least, she is going to rest this die, and it was a 2, so it is going to go up to a 3, and that will be it. So we'll just take all these off, and we're going to do one more thing, and that is to tick up our time one more as she rests, because every rest you have to tick up time. Now, again, you can do these in any order, so I could have rested first and lost the time then. It doesn't really matter. It could matter. You got to be a little strategic about it. It could matter in the sense that if you wrap around and your abilities flipped because you're no longer happy with each other, that could be a problem. But it's not a huge problem. So anyway, that's where we ended up. So we're doing pretty good. Our dice are in good shape. And we have taken a full set of turns. So with that being said, we're going to call this episode one set of turns. Next time we'll probably do more, because I'm going to do less explaining as I go and just do more taking the actions in this first couple rounds. In case you don't know how to play this game, I wanted to show you what that looked like. So the interesting thing is this blue puck would go on the board, but it actually goes on with her. She's carrying it around with her. You know what I could do? I'll leave the blue puck on her board and put this on the other side so it's not blocking our stuff that we need to do there. Yeah, okay. All right, well, anyway, thanks for watching. Please, if you saw any mistakes, please let me know. I have played this game before, but again, this is a new scenario. Some of it's similar, some of it's familiar, some of it's a little different. But anyway, I will talk to you in the next episode, so take care. I wish you all the best, and I'm still recovering from COVID, so if you hear it in my voice, I apologize. I'm trying to get through this quickly as I can. So thanks, and talk to you soon.
You know, Dave and Sally did not do too badly for simple humans. Aren't they glad they have me? They better clean the spores from my servos. It is the human equivalent of having stuff up your